Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. My name's Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It is Saturday, May 9th, and Mother's Day is tomorrow. So all week over my coffee and cards with Michelle, we were making some Mother's Day cards. And today we are moving away from that. If you still need a Mother's Day card, go check out my blog this week at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. But today, we're doing something a little different. Today, what if I told you that you could make all 4 of these cards from one piece of 6x6 designer series paper? Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, I think Gordy was there. Awesome. So, you know that I am head over heels in love with the Botanical Prints product medley. And we've talked about this before, but this paper is just gorgeous. Absolutely lush. I love the citrus fruits. I love the black and white designs. This, right, it's just beautiful. And I unfortunately, it's retiring, just like so many other of our designer series papers. So I wanted to use it one more time, and I wanted to show you how to get the most out of your designer series paper. I know that some of you like to save your paper, and I'm no exception. I held on to this for a few months because it was just too pretty to use, but today we're going to use it up. We are doing what is called a one-sheet wonder, and I'm going to show you how to cut this to get 4 cards out of one sheet so that you can use it and get some satisfaction that you have used some and you can save some. All right, so we're using the So Sentimental stamp set and the accompanying Label Me Lovely punch. I'm also going to use the Timeless Label punch and the Banner Triple Punch. I've used 2 embossing folders today. I've used my absolute favorite of all time, the Scripty embossing folder. And then I'm also using the new Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. All right, so those are my products that I'm using. The other thing that I want to tell you, and I'm doing something new today. Any order of $35 or more between now and midnight Monday, when you use the host code here, QUFAMZM, will get all of the paper, the punched paper, the cardstock, everything to make these cards, okay? It doesn't matter. You could buy everything off the clearance rack. You could buy everything off the retiring rack. Use this host code by Monday at midnight, and a $35 order, I will put this in the mail to you absolutely free, along with the tutorial. All right? I'm also doing a prize patrol. I am pulling all of my stuff, making room on my shelves for my brand new box of product, and my shelves are overflowing. So prize patrol. Information will be found over on my blog for both of these. Prize Patrol winners will be announced next Saturday, right here on the live. But we're going to, if you have shared my video on Facebook, you'll be entered into my Prize Patrol. All right, so I decided to go with some of this beautiful, pretty peacock. And you know me, anytime I'm cutting paper, I try to find a piece or a pattern that it really isn't going to matter. It can be multi-directional so that I don't have to think about how I'm cutting it. All right, and I have my paper trimmer here. Again, all information will be found over on my blog, okay? But we're going to take this 6x6 piece of designer series paper and we're going to make one cut right here at 1.5. Okay, so right on the 1.5 inch mark, we're going to cut that. And then trim this to 4 3/4. Wait till you see how little scrap paper I have left. So that piece right there. Now this piece measures 4 1/2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it once and cut that again at 1 1/2. So now I have a 4 1/2 piece by 1 1/2 piece. And then I'm going to turn it back. This should now measure 4 inches. Well, it will. Let's see, what am I doing? 4, I want to see. Okay, so sorry. I'm going to cut this at 2 1/2. So that gives me a 2 1/2 piece, and this should then measure at 2. So we're gonna, yep, that's a 2 piece. So 2 inches gets cut to 3 1/2. Whoops, what did I do? Oh, I got it off the track. There we go. And then I have a 4-inch piece here. All right, so I have 4 pieces that I cut. And don't worry, that'll be over where you can see it. So all that I'm left with are these 3 pieces of scrap paper from that 6 by 6 piece. And I am sure, with as crafty as you are, you'll be able to figure out what to do with those pieces. All right? So let's get started, shall we? The first one that I want to do is this one right here. So I'm going to take this piece, which measures 4 3/4 by 1 1/2. And I have a piece here of 5 by 3 3/4 that I ran through the Scripty embossing folder, and a piece of black cardstock, which is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Super simple to put together. And absolutely gorgeous paper. How many of you have purchased the Botanical Prints product medley? You know it's on sale right now, right? It was a $70 kit, all-inclusive stamp set, dies, paper, embellishments, ribbon, and those adorable bee embellishments. Come on, that right there was worth it. I'm gonna try something. On the cards that I made this morning, I used that Whisper White polka dot tool, and I have some of this basic black satin, and I just wanted to see how that looked with these. It may or may not work. This is an experiment. If not, I've got plenty of tulle. You know me. I think I'm the tulle queen. Okay, so let's take some of this. And I'm gonna cut enough to get a bow in there. If anybody's seen my ribbon cutting scissors, could you let me know? Because they've been missing for about 2 weeks. And they're my big fabric scissors. Okay, so because this is slippery, I'm not going to tie a bow with it. And it's kind of big and chunky too. But I am going to tie a knot. Okay. How many of you woke up to snow this morning? I think Lynn said she had. We're going to have a freeze warning, and I have tomatoes in the garden. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but a little bit crazy. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp in Tuxedo Black Memento ink with my So Sentimental stamp set. You see, I'm wearing my fleece jacket this morning. It was chilly. It is chilly out there right now. Then I have, again, my Label Me Lovely punch. I love this punch because it's big enough for these bigger sentiments, and it's very nice. Okay, and we're going to make some layered labels today. So I'm going to punch one out of here, and then I have some scraps of Pretty Peacock. Now, if you have your silicone mat, you're going to want to grab that. And these we're going to layer behind. So just go ahead and snip them in two. And don't worry, they don't have to be cut perfectly. I promise. Okay? And I'm going to take my snail and just run it along the back here and line this up. We're going to do this for all the cards this morning. Like so. And then do it on the back. This is just a fun technique to get some little bit of color, add some layers. Okay? And you'll see it's wonky in the back. It's all right. I promise no one is going to tear your card apart to see the back of it. Okay? And if they do, it's only to get the measurements. They're not going to critique what the back of your label looks like. It's all about what's on the front. Okay? I'm going to put this right here. And then I have a Pretty Peacock card base. Oopsie. Add that to the front. Okay? I kind of like that black ribbon on that. Okay? There's one. Now this one, this is going to go up and down or vertically. So we need this piece. And again, I have, let's use this one. Because you know what I did? Look, this is going horizontally instead of vertically. We'll take care of that, but we'll go ahead and do this one. This will be pretty on that Ornate Garden embossing folder. You know, and if you wanted, look how beautiful that pattern is on the back. You could do just black and white cards and think how elegant that would be. That would be gorgeous. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Let's see if we've got enough to get, oh, I think we have enough to get one more card. That was fortunate, wasn't it? Just tie a knot. Okay. And again, pretty peacock card base. Can you hear Storm? Oh my goodness, she's laying in her bed by my side, snoring up a storm. Yep. Too funny. All right, I have another piece of Whisper White. And this time I have the Healing Hugs from the So Sentimental stamp set. My Label Me Lovely punch. And again, let's just cut some of these. And one of those. Today, I have my Stamping Bee team meeting at 2 o'clock, virtual. We're doing a virtual swap of masculine cards. That'll be fun. And I'm going to show them what I got in my pre-order box. I'm very excited. I'll show you guys later, I promise. But I thought that they should get to see it first. Besides, I have to carry it upstairs. It's really heavy. Okay, and then some more dimensionals. What are you doing for Mother's Day? Are you guys having any virtual celebrations? I'm sure I will FaceTime with my sister tomorrow. And my plan is to go see my mother. We'll sit in the driveway and socially distance ourselves. Let's add one of these little bees, shall we? Look, talk about hoarding. I've been so careful not to use all these, and it's been really hard. Oh, I love them. These need to be a regular. If anybody's listening at Stampin' Up, we need to have more of these. These were only available in that Botanical Prints product medley. So if you have them, you're gonna love them, I promise. Okay. Next, this card is a little bit different. This piece is from, I ran it through the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder, and it measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, so it's just a little bit different. And I'm gonna put this right here. If anybody does this with this black and white, you've got to show me. I think it'll be gorgeous. All right, let's do that. And because I'm out of that black satin, let's use some tulle. Whoops. I'm just using up everything with you guys this morning. That's the end of that spool. Don't worry, there's more somewhere. Are you excited this is carrying over? I am. You know I use it on everything. Okay, because it's tulle, I am going to tie a ribbon. It's a little bit stretchy, kind of like all the pants we've been wearing during quarantine. Gotta love my stretchy pants. They're gonna have to start making something called like a stretchy swimsuit, I think, because we're so used to just being comfortable, and once we can go out and actually do something, it might be a little bit different. Okay, I got my bow tied there. Whoopsie. I don't think we're doing anything. Like Nathaniel has said he has tomorrow off, but he has said he wants to go work on his ambulance tomorrow. Did I tell you about that? He's restoring an ambulance. He has visions of it becoming his tiny home. Crafty in a whole different way, right? Anyways, he started an Instagram page for his ambulance restoration, and people are already starting to follow it, so he feels pretty cool about that. I really like that pretty peacock. Okay, let's do another thank you card. Singing to myself. Okay, and again with pretty peacock. And do you think I can get one more out of there? I think I can. Yay! So do you like this technique for layering the labels? I think you'll get a lot of use out of that. And it takes a little bit of practice. The first few times I did it, I wasn't really happy with it. But like anything we do, a little practice and maybe a little patience. And you have to be able to let it go when you see the back. Okay, I promise. Be like Elsa. Just let it go. So I'd tell everybody what I was doing for my mother for Mother's Day, but sometimes she watches my videos. Sometimes. Or at least reads the blog. So Mom, if you're watching or reading today, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna put this right over here. That's a little wonky. Okay. Cool. Isn't that pretty? And then finally, this is a fun one. And I'm going to grab another piece of Whisper White cardstock. And run it through my die cutting machine really quickly. Come on, guys, you knew after watching all week, I couldn't go a whole day without making a mistake. I don't know what was up last week. That was crazy. But we have to give ourselves permission to make mistakes. That's how I look at it anyways. All right, so I ran it through with the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. And, oh, piece of basic black cardstock. That's gonna need trimmed down too. That's what I thought, but that's okay. Down to 3 3/4. By 5. That should be fine, but we'll double check. Yeah. Just a little sliver off. All right, last card base. Okay, then I have this longer, skinnier strip, and I'm gonna grab my banner triple punch. And just scooch it right in. And I'm gonna put this right here. You know, I might have to make a set in the black and white. I really, really love that idea. Okay, now I had my spool of ribbon, which I knocked on the floor earlier, and it had rolled under my desk. I told you I had more tulle. And I'm gonna take a length. I craft like I cook. Oh, that looks about right. I'll fix it later. Okay, and this is gonna lay right here, like so. And I'll get to that in a minute. This stamp set, or this stamp, excuse me, says this calls for confetti. So whether it's a graduation card or a new job. Okay, we're gonna stamp that here. Everything today was stamped in tuxedo black. And I'm gonna take my timeless label punch. And then punch another out of Pretty Peacock. And grab one more scrap of basic black. And I'm going to do the same thing. This time I'm cutting like this. And I'm just going to put a little snail on the ends here. Pick up my black. And pick up that peacock. Oops. And this time I'm going to put dimensionals. See, your dimensionals can work as adhesive as well, just to hold those layers just a little better. I hear a big truck outside. Okay, and again, take that piece of tulle or whatever ribbon you're using. I'm going to set that here. And this is going to hold that ribbon right in place. All right, that right there is your adhesive for your card. And then you can take and trim that. Okay. Seems a little crooked there. Okay, look at that. So you used 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You used 1 piece of Whisper White cardstock, 1 piece of basic black cardstock, and 1 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper. And out of that, you've made 4 cards today. If you would like to make these cards, all you have to do is place a $35 order on my store using host code QUFAMZM. My store is makingmemories.stampinup.net. And I will send you the paper cardstock designer series paper to make these yourself. If you'd like to be entered into my prize patrol, all you have to do is share my video on Facebook. And if you purchase the Botanical Prints product medley on sale for $42, I have a 12 card tutorial for free for you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And I will see you right here Monday morning at 8 o'clock for Coffee and Cards with Michelle. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.